and welcome to today's video. Now today we're going to be talking about North America LCQ, which obviously just finished. So let's just obviously get onto the results, and well, first of all, I mean, you can kind of already see the results, but I digress. So these are the participants of who competed in the NA LCQ. Sorry, 100 Thieves, V1, FaZe Clan, Xset, Luminosity, Rise, Cloud9 Blue, and Gen.G Esports. Obviously, the two Oceania teams, Order and Chief Esports Club, could not make it sadly due to traveling restrictions of COVID. So they sadly missed out, even though I thought they would have had time, but they didn't sadly. So let's just have a look at the results, and then I'll show you my pick'ems, and I had a look at them, and they are dreadful. So we'll first start off with the upper bracket quarterfinals, and it was 100 Thieves versus Gen.G. This is obviously this was during the dumpster fire, which was the LAN tournament of the NA LCQ, which is obviously why I had to postpone this video until it was finished. So 100 Thieves won against Gen.G. It was actually a lot closer than I thought. 100 Thieves didn't really look that good on Breeze, but Arsenal obviously basically came back alive and got the win on Split and Icebox. And then Xset versus Luminosity. Luminosity did a fantastic job on Haven, obviously splitting. Well, we're not really splitting, but sorry, not really splitting, but just just countering every single exit movement that they had, and that obviously worked very very well for them on Haven. But on Ascent and Split, didn't really, as exit came up and with Depth's big brain of his, obviously he contradicted everything and he basically got the win for Xset. It was also quite funny as well because I think the coach for Luminosity, I think it's Mac, was talking trash at Xset, and yeah, look how that ended. Didn't really end that well. And then we got FaZe Clan versus Rise. Rise surprised me a lot in this tournament. So we obviously we see FaZe Clan winning against them in Breeze, but then Rise came back on Ascent and Bind to win it all. I feel like, I mean, Shanks, Neptune, Derek as well. I mean, I'll be honest. Every single player on that team did a fantastic job, and basically the underdog of the team, I really thought, and also Dark Horse as well, Rise, coming in and just thrashing almost every single competitor. Cloud9 Blue versus V1. This was obviously the juicy match, as it was Vanity's old team, and now he's also with Cloud9 Blue, and Cloud9 Blue won. I think they might have used some of the strats that Vanity used on V1. Obviously, V1 got Odorous just to replace him as the IGL, or maybe Zealous as the IGL. I don't know, but basically, yeah. So V1 did not look that good against him in against Cloud9, but it was still pretty good. I digress. Let's now move on to the low bracket round 1. Gen.G versus Luminosity. I mean, I'm not that surprised. Luminosity, yes, they are possibly the weakest. They were the weakest team in this tournament, so I'm not that surprised there. And FaZe Clan versus V1. Oh, FaZe Clan. Why do you always have to choke? I mean, FaZe Clan was kind of like the chokers in this tournament. They definitely choked against Rise if it was a kind of a winnable situation, and then they also choked against V1. So FaZe Clan is basically the universal choking team for Valorant, especially in North America. And then we got the upper bracket semifinals. We got 100 Thieves versus Xset. I thought that this was actually a great match as well. I think everyone thought, including myself, that this was going to be the grand final, but none of those teams actually made it to the grand final. So, yeah, I guess this was going to be our only taste of 100 Thieves versus Xset. Like a match against them. And obviously, 100 Thieves came out on top. Once again, they kind of struggled on map 1, but they brought it back on map 2 and 3. Rise versus Cloud9 Blue. This was a pretty close game until Haven, but it was still very, very close. Obviously, they went overtime in Breeze, and then Ascent. I think they also went overtime as well there, and then Haven not that close there, but it was still a great performance by Cloud9 Blue. Um, Still made it very, very competitive, but in Haven it didn't really work out for them. I think also in this match they had to postpone it because of like some storm happening, which screwed up the internet, and they had to continue it next day. So basically, the NA LCQ was a dumpster fire, as I mentioned earlier. In the lower bracket round two, it was the run of the Cloud9 blue team. Cloud9 first won against Genji, basically smashing them in Ascent, but Genji came back on split, and it was still very close until the very end of Breeze. XZ win against V1. I mean, I'm not that surprised there, to be honest. XZ is just a much far better, superior team than V1. Cloud9 Blue getting a win against XZ. This one kind of surprised me. I mean, Bind was pretty easy for Cloud9, and then Ascent. It was very, very close. Obviously, they went to overtime, and then Cloud9 Blue got the win from there. But still, it was still a great performance. This one maybe was probably the biggest upset of the tournament. 100 Thieves versus Rise, and Rise somehow got the win. Neptune, my god, he is cracked. Shanks is also cracked. It's also really interesting to see, who was it? Was it Neptune who brought out the Fiend? No, I don't think it was. I can't remember who. Was this? I think it was Superman. I can't remember who it was. But it was very interesting to see Phoenix onto the lineup. It was. I don't think they did they play Phoenix at all in this tournament. I don't think they did. Up until this, they did not play Phoenix, and I think they had. I think they were the only team that actually played Phoenix. So that was very interesting to see. But obviously, Rise gained a massive win against 100 Thieves, locking himself into the grand finals. And once again, 100 Thieves losing against Cloud9 Blue. It was very close on Icebox with Haven and Breeze, not really. And in the grand final, Cloud9 Blue advanced themselves into champions, winning against Rise 3-0. Now, obviously, if you see my other video of the results for LCQ for EMEA, APAC, and Brazil, South America, you might know that I will be watching those matches and basically seeing what each player did. I was actually waiting until NA was done, so then I could probably maybe do a stream, maybe do 2 matches each stream. So I'll do maybe one match, maybe North America and EU, and then another stream will be APAC and South America. Hopefully, I can do that, and now I can do that with this match, which I'll be looking at because I did not watch this match. I watched most of this. I know I watched these three, but yeah, I couldn't watch this one obviously. But now I have the opportunity to watch this, which is great. So with that all done, let's have a look at Valorant Champions, and obviously every single team has been confirmed of obviously who's making it. So Gambit, who obviously won in Berlin, and Sentinels and Team Envy at the circuit points for North America, Crew Esports for Latin America, Team Vikings and Keith Stars for Brazil circuit points, Ascent and Fnatic for EMEA, Vision Strikers for Korea, Crazy Raccoon for Japan, and X10 and Team Secret for the Southeast Asia circuit points. As for the LCQ, just a reminder, North America, that was won by Cloud9 Blue. EMEA, that was won by Team Liquid. South America, that was won by Furia Esports. And APAC, that was won by Full Sense. Now, we don't know the bracket. What the bracket is going to be, probably double elimination. I mean, I won't be surprised if it is double elimination. But, yeah. So that'll be at Berlin offline on LAN tournament. It'll be also the first time that we get to see not really the first time, but in an S tier Riot sanctioned tournament. Fracture will be in the lineup, which is pretty nice to see. Amongst also the new character Chamber also coming in as well. Hopefully he does come in before Champions, which I think he might. I think next week. So. Let's now have a look at my pick'ems for North America, and they are shite, as you can tell right here. I got only 4 right, and that was it. So, I got 100 Thieves, XZ, Cloud9 Blue, and Genji right. That's all I got, and then all the rest were big old misses. I was thinking of maybe choosing 100 Thieves or XZ. Well, actually, I was thinking maybe choosing 100 Thieves. That didn't work out for me, and then. I really thought FaZe Clan was probably gonna have a decent showing. Um, I was not expecting Rise to be this competitive as well. Pat on the back for Rise. They did a fantastic job. Obviously, hashtag Team Vietnam. If you don't know, Shanks and Poise, obviously they are both brothers, and they are obviously a Vietnam, I will say Vietnamese. So good job, boys. And then, yeah, I got, yeah, it did not look good. I'll be honest. It did not look great. If I just put Cloud9 Blue to win against 100 Thieves, I would have gotten more points, but obviously I got a measly 25 points. I need to work on myself with all these pick'ems, because my god, they are terrible. But yeah, that is really it for me now. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now, my next video will be the Turkish scandal, basically just going in depth of what happened. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, it really means a lot to me, and goodbye.
Don't let the ride or die.